Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, Group Policy MVP and founder of PolicyPak software, and in this video we're going to learn how to use the Group Policy Compliance Reporter to take an existing Group Policy object's settings and verify that those settings exist on target machines. So in a previous video, you might have seen me set settings by either hand configuring them or importing them from we've got a bunch of settings that correspond to existing STIGs, and a STIG is a setting collection from the US government that helps you make your applications more secure. So in this case, I've already pre-configured Firefox with a bunch of settings, and the point is, how do we discover if these settings that are now inside the group policy object actually made it over to our target computers? Well, it's pretty hard to do. If you only have a group policy results reporter here, you'd have to run the group policy results wizard, go to each machine individually to discover if those settings are there or not, and paw through the contents to see if that's actually true or not. Well, with the group policy compliance reporter that PolicyPak ships, it's kind of a no-brainer. So let's start. The first thing you're going to want to do is to back up the group policy object for later use inside the compliance reporter as a test. So we're looking for this particular GPO, manage Firefox using STIG. It just happens to be the one I've got here. So I'm going to back it up. And the point is that all these settings that we're backing up from the group policy object, this is what we want to test for. We want to see if all of these settings, all these guys, are actually on the target machine and set the way we want to based upon the configuration. So now we'll go over to the compliance reporter. We'll then use the snapshots node to right-click and create a snapshot against all the computers we want. If we have 1,000 computers or 100 computers or 10,000 computers, instead of individually discovering on each one if they have the setting or not, we're discovering in real time, do these computers actually have the settings we want? So as you can see, we've got the status back. The test, this is the backed up group policy object. So we're simply going to right click, import test from GPO backup. Now again, the GPO must in fact be backed up already for you to then select it. Once you select the backed up GPO, you can give it a name. It can be the same name as the GPO, or you can give it a different name, whatever you like. And all the settings within the group policy object are now imported as the test. So here we go. And you can see all the stuff that we did in a previous video are right there and available for us to test against. Okay, we want to test to see if Firefox is the default browser, set that that updater will never check for updates, and so on. So if we then go to results, what we're going to do next is add that test in. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then you can see this is what we're testing for, and we're going to click select snapshot, pick the snapshot we just created, and run the result. And there we go. We can see the user side is all okay on all these guys. Well, it turns out that we did this Firefox stuff on the computer side. Well, let's look at the one computer we got a result from first. Again, we show no results because everything was in the test. If you show all settings in the test, you'll see everything is equal. This computer basically got all the settings that were inside that GPO and are now a test. So this computer got everything. If we take a look at this computer, Win7 computer, say 64, we have a lot of things that are missing, things that are expected, but the value never made it there. Gosh, I wonder why it didn't make it there. If we take a look at this other one here, Win7 computer 33, we have the same problem. Well, let's take a look. Let's go over to Win7. Well, actually, before we do that, let's take a look at where the GPO was linked in the first place. Let's see, it's linked over to only East Sales desktops. Let's look at where these other computers are in the world. Let's take a look at this guy, GP results /R. Let's see where this computer lives. This computer lives in East Sales desktops. Okay, East Sales desktops. Well, gosh, that GPO wasn't linked over to East Sales desktops. Maybe we should do that. Let's link that GPO called Manage Firefox using STIG over there, Manage Firefox using STIG, over to that GPO, over to that OU. So now those computers will get it. Let's see where this computer lives. This computer lives, GP result /R. Let's see where this computer lives. It lives over in West Sales desktops. Gosh, so we gotta go over to West Sales desktops and link an existing GPO and take those settings, the manage Firefox using STIG GPO, And now, if we're using a more modern group policy management console, you could right-click over an OU, and you could tell those computers to force group policy right now. Or you could go over to each of your target computers and simply run GP update, which is actually a little bit faster for the purposes of this demonstration. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'll just run GP update on all my target machines here. Okay. Or in real life, you could just wait. So you've got a couple of choices. You could force group policy remotely using the GPMC. You could run GP update on your target computers, or you could just wait and group policy would take effect. And because PolicyPak is on these machines, it's picking up these group policy directives that have Firefox contents in them. And if we were to now, let's take a look just on this computer. Let's take a look at its Firefox here. Do we have the settings now? Well, if we go to options here, boom, you can see we've declared a home page. If we go over to security, you can see we're dictating the various settings from the STIG as we want to. But like I said, if you have 5,000 computers, how would you know that's actually true? Well, again, you use the group policy compliance reporter. If before our results said that only one of our computers got it and two of them didn't, let's retake another snapshot by right-clicking, creating another snapshot. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Create another snapshot. Ask all the computers, did you get those settings now? Let's see the result of that. Okay, all the computers responded. We're not changing the test. We'll go right back to results, and we'll just simply select the latest snapshot that we just took and click on Generate Results, and boom. Now all the computers got it because we did our homework and figured out what settings, what GPOs rather, were linked to what location. We made sure every GPO was linked to the right place, and once that was the case, the PolicyPak moving part on the target machine picked up the settings that were in the GPO, and we verified that using the group policy compliance reporter. I hope this is helpful, and remember, you get for free as a PolicyPak customer the ability to test upon things that PolicyPak deploys. So in Firefox, Java, Flash, those kinds of settings, you get returned results for absolutely free. If you're looking to return results on things that Microsoft has, such as group policy admin templates or security settings or group policy preferences, then that's the paid version of the compliance reporter. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks so very much, and we'll talk to you soon.